their MMA debut. Should be an interesting fight here. 3 rounds. Again, MMA, these are 5-minute rounds.
All right, mixed martial arts a little bit different than we've just seen the Muay Thai kickboxing style matchups. Ground fighting is permitted here. And of course, any type of strikes standing, pretty much, except illegal blows to the groin, eye gouges, that sort of thing.
And bout goes to the ground, just as you mentioned, Nick. Again, a lot more ground fighting in MMA. If you're looking for submission holds, locks, choke holds, things of that nature. A little bit less in terms of the striking generally in MMA, more grappling, that type of stuff. But certainly when the guys get inside, you're going to see the little ground and pound, things of that nature, which we'll go into a little bit later. Again, it's bout between Alejandro Villalobos from Baja Gracie Jiu-Jitsu and Evans Vasquez from Shidokan.
Alejandro is looking to take advantage. He's in a closed guard. Vasquez not doing too much, though. Not doing too ground and pound. He's trying to get position on top, throwing a little bit.
Again, basically right here, you're looking for either fighter to get into a dominant position there where you can either strike or put on a chokehold. Right now, a warning there from the referee. No slamming is the translation there.
Looks like Vasquez. Referee restands him. Oh, I'm sorry. Starts him back in the middle of the ring to get better positioning.
Back down. There we go.
Again, we have Alejandro right now on top, working.
That's Alejandro Villalobos on top there, Baja Gracie Gym. Again, both fighters in the black trunks. Coach, to help you out, Alejandro Villalobos on top right now against Evan Vasquez, both making their MMA debut.
So Vasquez trying to get positioning underneath, trying to do something, trying to work his right arm underneath in between the legs of Alejandro.
It's like Villalobos just looking to strike right now from on top. He hasn't really tried for any submission type of hold. So again, some strikes in the body there, into the face. Evans Vasquez's corner, Alejandro Villalobos, imploring him to go for the ribs, like costillas. I don't know if you heard that in the Spanish translation. And looking for an arm lock there. Villalobos doesn't have it.
Tell you what, Vasquez working a pretty tight guard, not letting much space get in between him.
Yeah, considering the guy's making his MMA debut, he's done very well on his back so far in this fight, Nick.
Looks like he's trying to position his hips. If he can get those legs a little bit higher, possibly try to attempt a triangle, arm bar.
Villalobos, they're looking to his corner for advice and getting a mouthful of it from his corner. But Evan Vasquez has spent most of this fight so far on his back.
What surprises me is that Villalobos isn't really trying to pass guard. He's content staying in that guard, working from there. He hasn't really tried to pass that guard and getting into a more superior position. This corner telling him to do some ground and pound.
Yeah, I don't know if Villalobos actually, seems to be a little bit in between in terms of what he wants to do, whether it's a striking position or going for sort of a submission hold.
Looks like he's going for an ankle lock.
Vasquez turned things over. Evans Vasquez on top now of Alejandro Villalobos. We'll see if he knows what he wants to do while he's on top there.
Ah, that's a shame. Bell rings.
Alejandro Villalobos wearing the white mitts. This is a 165-pound bout. Both fighters making their MMA debut.
All right, let's see if we're going to see a little bit more standing in this fight. They're just going to go immediately back to the ground round two. It looks like they're feeling each other out. Vasquez being a little bit more aggressive. Looks like Villalobos trying to clinch, get position, and possibly take Vasquez down to the ground once again.
Something I really like about mixed martial arts, Nick, is you get the mix of the striking techniques as well as the ground game. You got guys looking for submission holds as well as opponents looking to strike each other. You can kind of play into each other's strength. And, if you both have the same strength in terms of the ground game, the best man wins. In games of a striking game, you can use your feet, you can use your fists, and may the best man win. When you get a guy who's, a strong striker against a guy who's strong on the ground game, it really gets interesting because you have two guys looking to kind of dictate the pace of the fight in a different manner.
Yeah, without a doubt, MMA, you got to be really well-rounded to have success in this game.
And in fantastic condition. I mean, personally, I've been sparring in the boxing ring, and I've gone 3-minute rounds, and I've been just dead after each round. These guys go 3 5-minute rounds, and a 5-minute round, those 2 extra minutes, wow, they can certainly wear on
tough.
you.
You're absolutely correct, man. It's very tough. These guys got to be in peak shape. And again, once again, in round number 2, it looks like Villalobos on top of Vasquez.
Now, again, some just kind of generalities of MMA. You're looking when the fight goes to the ground, there's a lot of grappling, such as clinching and holds, pinning, things of that nature. And you guys got, generally speaking, when it goes to the ground, you're looking to win the fight by tap out, striking, winning by knockout, TKO, things of that nature, or by a submission hold. Generally speaking, a submission hold, you're looking either to take the air from the opponent or the blood from the opponent. Air, of course, you're choking him out, the guy can't breathe, or the blood flows through the brain. Guys generally tap out, of course, when things get to that point. That's generally the objective, what you're looking for in terms of submission, how you're going to win a fight. Making a fighter submit is either you're taking his air or his blood.
Yeah, so many different variations of submissions. Vasquez on his back in a guard, what's called a guard in MMA. Keeping the fight pretty close, pretty tight guard on right now. As we can see, Villalobos going for the Kimura, looked like. Side armbar, but nope.
We're halfway through this second round now, folks. Fight's gone back to the ground. Neither man really had an edge so far. We do have Evans Vasquez on top of Alejandro Villalobos at this point. But neither man's really been into a real dominant position. Neither have really landed some significant strikes so far. There hasn't been a whole lot of side control in terms of side mount or anything of that nature. Decent strikes early in that first round from Alejandro Villalobos. But right now, he's on his back, and Evans Vasquez looking to return the favor.
Again, I'm totally shocked. But these guys aren't making their MMA debut. But I think Villalobos not trying to get out of that guard is very surprising for me right now. He hasn't really attempted to break guard and get in a better position.
When you say better positioning, you're talking something like a side mount,
side mount,
when you can actually do something. When you go from the side, I guess the logic being you've got access to the leg, you've got access to a lar, you can do a lot more from that position.
Oh, definitely. If you're in somebody's guard, the submissions are there, but they're very limited compared to side mount position or the full mount position, where you can drop a lot more ground and pound cleanly, and arms, legs, everything lingers. You got way better position being in that mount.
In a position right now like Alejandro Villalobos is, basically you're looking, he's in a striking position and not a whole lot more, correct, Nick? Just over 1 minute left in the second round.
Looks like he's attempting a modified choke. Forearm in the throat of Vasquez on the ground. Wow, he almost turned him. I don't think this is going to...
Yeah, Villalobos looks like he's trying to get a choke in there, but he doesn't really have the position to get the leverage on it.
He's scoring a lot of points, so he's had control of this fight in the first round and the second round now. If Vasquez can try to reverse this thing, you got out of that.
Yeah, good job of Vasquez getting out of that arm lock that Villalobos was trying to.
Looks like he's trying to turn him. I don't think it's going to be enough time in the round.
Roughly 10 seconds left in the second round. And there we go. 2 rounds in the books. Close fight.